I know I'm close to cracking this. There's something that I'm missing. Wait. I got it. Bustin' makes me feel good. Welcome to Shipbusters, the show where we ship everything. And the topic for today's video is Aqua from Oshi No Ko, my favorite show from last year. Now, Oshi No Ko isn't a romance, but that doesn't mean that there aren't plenty of girls for our boy to pick from, and each one has varying degrees of compatibility with him. So, let's analyze each of these characters and see if we can determine which of these ships will sail and which ones will sink to the depths. Real quick, this video will contain massive spoilers for the anime as well as the manga, but you can read the entirety of the manga for free on Manga Plus if you wish. And now, on to the ships.
We will start with Akane. Akane was Aqua's co-star on Love Now. During the run of the show, Akane shows that she cares about her acting a ton as she is desperately trying to find a way to stand out in the show. But after accidentally harming the fan-favorite actress of the show, Akane starts receiving death threats on social media. This caused Akane to feel depressed, and she even tried to jump off a bridge during a typhoon, but leave it to our protagonist Aqua to jump in and save her. This is the spark that pushes these two together, as Aqua organizes the rest of the cast to make a video that clears up Akane's image, as well as cheer her up. At the end of Love Now, Aqua and Akane share a kiss, and they start dating as a work relationship, so that the reality show can seem more real.
This is a super sweet setup to a relationship, and I would see why you would ship Akane and Aqua, but there are a ton of signs early on that this isn't the healthiest of relationships.
Let's talk about Aqua, the main subject of this video. Aqua has a lot of trauma, and we learn a lot about Aqua's trauma through the lens of his relationship with Akane. Aqua watched his mother/idol Ai die in front of him. Because of this, Aqua can't help but try and save those in need. He watched the entertainment industry take the person he cared about the most away, so he isn't going to let that happen again. So when he suspects that the same could happen to Akane, he acts and puts a stop to it. Not for Akane, but for Ai and her memory.
Ai is super important at helping us understand Aqua's psyche. In his previous life, he was obsessed with her, and now, in his current life, he is obsessed with avenging her death. And the only reason why he started dating Akane was because she could help him achieve this goal.
When Akane returns to Love Now after being cyberbullied, the cast advises her to play a character instead of being herself, so that she can protect herself if more criticism is fired at her. Aqua is asked what his type is, and he describes Ai from Bikamachi. So Akane decides to channel Ai. But she doesn't just copy Ai's personality. She does a full profile on Ai, and through this profile is able to deduce that Ai must have had children at a young age. This is correct, but was kept a secret. So since Akane has this much insight into Ai, Aqua decides that Akane is worth keeping close by.
Aqua's most toxic trait is that he uses everybody else around him to accomplish his goals. So, these two definitely have a rocky start to their relationship. And there isn't even a guarantee that they like each other either. I mean, they only started dating because of a reality show, and it was for work anyway. But, even if Aqua doesn't have feelings for Akane, a relationship is two people. So, let's take a look at how Akane feels.
We first see what Akane's feelings are during rehearsals for the Tokyo Blade play. Aqua is an actor not because he wants to be. He is, of course, only doing it because of revenge. Aqua believes that his father is the one who is responsible for the death of Ai, and he suspects he is someone high up in the entertainment industry. So if Aqua can become an actor, then he can have a higher chance of finding his father, so he can kill him. But Aqua is having trouble during rehearsals. Aqua is prone to panic attacks and fits of anxiety when he is on stage. These stem from PTSD caused by witnessing the death of Ai. This is why Aqua didn't continue to act, even though Ai wished for him to become an actor on her deathbed. While Aqua is having a panic attack during rehearsal, it is Akane who helps him get through it. This shows that she genuinely does care for Aqua, and after she figures out that there is somebody that Aqua wants to kill, She says that she will help kill them.
Akane definitely has feelings for Aqua. However, we find out that he might not be suited for this kind of commitment as we see how their relationship comes to an end.
Aqua is convinced that he has found the answer to who his father is. The problem is, this man is already dead, so Aqua can't get his revenge like he wants. But this proves to be a good thing because Aqua loses the star in his eye and becomes more cheerful. Gone are his plotting ways, and he and Akane continue their relationship as normal. They even talk about sex. But things start to break down after Akane realizes that Aqua is wrong about who his father is. And when Akane decides to take matters into her own hands and investigate on her own, Aqua confronts her. But he shouldn't know where she is, and then Akane rips open the keychain that Aqua gave her as a present to reveal a GPS tracker.
The scene where Akane discovers the tracker is chilling. Her line, Aqua-kun, "This isn't good. You shouldn't have done that," is such a raw line. And she's right. He shouldn't have done that. It's a huge breach of trust. And it makes a lot of sense that this is how their relationship came to an end. But this breach of trust is only a small factor into why these two broke up. First of all, their whole relationship was built on the fact that Akane could think like I, and the relationship hinged on Aqua using her to get his revenge. When Aqua thought that everything was okay and that the mystery was solved, he was ready to settle down. But after he found out that that wasn't the case, things started to break down. Aqua can't be emotionally available because all he can think about is getting revenge and using other people to get that revenge. And so, that is Akane off the table. And it comes with a realization that Aqua probably shouldn't be dating anybody. However, there is one character who really wants to. Kana Arima.
Kana first met Aqua on the set of a movie while they were both children. Kana became enamored by Aqua's talents and hoped that she would see him again. And she did, but not until 10 years later. You can tell by her reaction to seeing Aqua again that Kana definitely has feelings for Aqua. These feelings become more apparent after Aqua and Akane get together, and we see Kana's jealousy, and also when Kana agrees to be an idol after Aqua insists that she does so.
Kana's jealousy makes her cute in my eyes, but this is an extremely toxic trait. Her and Aqua aren't together. She has no claim over him. He can date whoever he wants. And this becomes especially problematic when we remember Aqua's little tendency to manipulate people.
We talked mostly about Aqua using people for personal gain, but we didn't talk about Aqua's manipulation, and nothing in this story highlights that more than his relationship with Kana. Aqua knows that Kana likes him, and he is not above using it to his advantage. He toys with her to keep her around, and you can see from his inner monologue escaping that Aqua is manipulating Kana. If Kana has feelings for Aqua, then she will be more willing to do what he wants, so him leading her on is a perfect way to keep her attention. But another way he used her was by saving her from the paparazzi by leaking the fact that he and his sister are the children of I. In fact, I'm sure that Aqua getting the movie to be made was his endgame all along. He just needed a reason to enact the plan, and Kana needing his help gave him that reason. And it would give her more reason to like him because he saved her.
As much as I love Kana and want to see her happy, I don't think she can find that with Aqua. Especially since Aqua is manipulative and not that receptive to love. But he hasn't always been like this. He's held admiration before in his previous life as Goro on the Mia. And one of these people he had admiration for was the girl named Serena. And he said that he would consider marrying her once she turned 16. Well, she never turned 16. But that was Serena. And Aqua isn't the only person to be reincarnated on this show. So let's talk about the reincarnated version of Serena, Ruby. Aqua's twin sister.
Ruby is the reincarnation of Serena, the girl who was dying that loved both Ai from Bikamachi and her doctor Goro Amamiya. We can tell that Ruby loved her doctor in her previous life based on her reaction at finding his dead body. This is enough to turn her into Dark Ruby. Not her official name, but it's what I call her. She is devastated and starts to act similarly to Aqua. She becomes very manipulative and starts to have machinations of her own. This is far from the very cheerful and honest girl that Ruby seemed to be before finding the body of the man she loved. And if you need more evidence of Ruby's love, we will look no further than chapter 123, where after Aqua spills to everybody that him and Ruby are Ai's children, Ruby confronts him trying to stop him. But Aqua is able to put her in her place when he reveals that he knows who she is and that he is in fact Dr. Amamiya. Ruby instantly goes to Aqua's side and even drops the line, "Remember when you told me that you would consider marrying me when I turned 16? Well, I'm already 16, sensei." Let's talk more about the relationship between Dr. Amamiya and Serena. Dr. Amamiya was with Serena exclusively in the hospital. We see from some flashbacks that Serena's mother didn't really take much time to visit her sick daughter, so Dr. Amamiya was the one who was by her side. This is where Serena's feelings are coming from. These feelings are being interpreted by Serena as romantic love because she is a 12-year-old girl. She isn't really able to separate these feelings because of how immature she is, so she would constantly tell her doctor that she loved him and that she wanted to marry him. And Dr. Amamiya's response, instead of telling her no or deflecting in a more healthy way, says that he will consider it when she turns 16. Not the best thing for him to say, but hey, she wasn't going to make it to 16 anyway. However, maybe he wasn't being flippant. Maybe he was being genuine. Because we see how Dr. Amamiya talks about Serena to a coworker in the first episode of the show. He seems weirdly enamored with her, and it freaks the coworker out too. Dr. Amamiya keeps comparing Serena to Ai, and we see how obsessed he is with Ai when he was watching some of her performances in a patient's room. So if he likes Ai and Serena reminds him of Ai, then maybe there is something there. And looking at Ruby after Serena is reincarnated, Ruby looks very similar to their mother, so maybe Aqua could have feelings for Ruby.
So, Ruby likes Aqua, and Aqua might like Ruby, but hold on, they're siblings. Kind of. Biologically they are, but mentally, not really. And it's not just because they used to be other people, they just don't really view each other as siblings at all. Ruby views Aqua as some annoying old guy trying to tell her what to do all the time before she finds out who he really is, and Aqua views Ruby as someone else to protect from the same fate that befell Ai. This is inferred from how Aqua was stopping Ruby from becoming an idol. Aqua was sabotaging all of her auditions to try to prevent her from going into the same profession as their mother. Or he was at least trying to stop her from doing it in a way that he couldn't control. Aqua's plan the whole time was most likely to have their adoptive mother restart Bikamachi with Ruby as one of the members. That way, he could keep an eye on Ruby while still fulfilling Serena and Ai's wish. This is assuming that he always knew that Serena was Ruby, which he totally did. But even if they aren't really siblings, there is still a taboo element to these two because of their ages. Yes, Aqua and Ruby are the same age, but Dr. Amamiya was in his 30s when he died, and Serena was 12. This is very problematic, not only because their mental ages are so different, but because there is an imbalance of power as well. Amamiya, as an adult, has authority over Ruby, so they're not equals, and that can make it easier for him to take advantage of her. Also, this is practically illegal, and if not illegal, very immoral. And even though Aqua and Ruby are physically the same age, Ruby still views Aqua as her doctor, so there is still that imbalance of power and authority that he has over her. So, Ruby might be the closest to dating Aqua out of the other girls I talked about, but I still don't think Aqua looks at her that way. Even if he did like Serena a little too much, he is still controlling Ruby and sees her as a pawn. We've knocked off a lot of girls from this list, but we keep running into the same problem. Aqua. Aqua is consumed by revenge, and it makes sense to ask the question, is he even capable of feeling love? Well, the answer is yes, because there is someone that Aqua loves, and we've already talked about her multiple times throughout the course of this video. I.
Think about it. When asked what his type was, Aqua described I. In his previous life as Dr. Amamiya, he was in love and obsessed with I. Look at the way he looks at her. And everything that Aqua is doing is to avenge I. He is still in love with I in his own twisted way.
Oshi No Ko is still ongoing, but I think I have a pretty good idea of how the series will end. Aqua will always love I, and he will die still loving her. Whether his death comes while fighting the main villain or it comes after, the series will end with Aqua declaring his love for I, never being able to get over her. Which is still incest, by the way, because remember, she is his mother. This seems like a fitting end to Aqua's character. Getting revenge for the one he loves and never forgetting it till the day he dies. And so, my theory is that the true OTP of Oshi No Ko is Aqua and I forever and always. Thank you guys so much for watching my new show, Shipbusters. I have a couple other ideas for some more Shipbusters that I want to make, so let me know what you guys think about this new format. And let me know what you think about the video in general. What do you think about the ships in Oshi No Ko? Do you think Aqua should end up with Ruby, or I, or someone that's not related to him? And if you like Oshi No Ko, check out my other video I did about it. It was like the 5th video I made, so be warned about that. But, as always, leave a like, subscribe, and with that, sayonara.